Okay, welcome back. We are doing another Monster High video. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I have three other Monster High videos, and I'm making all the Monster High characters in CAS. Um, and I also have done the Rainbow High characters. I haven't recorded them yet, but I have them in game. I also have my Disney characters, and I also have some Ever After characters. I'm actually going to be doing those next. And I actually made Daria, the characters from Daria. So if you're interested in seeing the cast videos for those, they're already made, but I haven't recorded them. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing what they wear in cast, just let me know. But for right now, this is Monster High. This is my Monster High house. And we have one monster left to introduce. And this is Twyla Boogeyman. All right, so let's just get right into it. So yeah, this is Twyla Boogeyman. She's the last girl in my Monster High house. So this is a Twyla Boogeyman video. Twyla Boogeyman is a 2013 introduced in all-around character. She is a freshman student at Monster High and is a boogeyman, daughter of the boogeyman. She lives in the Boogie Mansion, a manor maze in New Salem. And beginning of her first introduction as a new character, she is the same age as Howling Wolf, Claudine's younger sister, who's also a freshman, and she is 14 years old. I'm reading this bio from monsterhigh.fandom.com. So, yeah, don't think like I'm an expert or anything. I'm reading. They have full bios for these characters, and I love it. So yes, her species, she's basically a boogie monster. She's 14. Her birthday is October 1st, which makes her a Libra. Her pronouns are she, her. Besides being a student at Monster High, she is a member of the Disappearing Club. As far as pets, she has a dust bunny named Dustin. I found the wind blowing him one day, so I decided to rescue and adopt him. So I guess I need the bust the dust kit for that to make Dustin. Um, so yeah, Mr. Boogeyman is her father and Mrs. Boogeyman is her mother. Um, Let me see here. Twyla is best described as introverted and shy, which is due to being a boogeyman and living in the shadows. She appreciates sitting alone in dusty corners or being surrounded by shadows and will almost always try to escape any situation she finds intimidating. Reserved and quiet, Twyla heavily dislikes being the center of attention. However, Twyla's shyness does not mean she is unable to appreciate positive attention or enjoy a good laugh. It only means her standards for feeling truly comfortable are different to the average person's. Twyla is content in her own skin and embraces her freaky flaws as well as everyone else's. At times, this means she's one of the few who can judge a situation in a level handed manner. But when it comes to socializing with others, this just leaves her feeling estranged from her fellow students. Fair and down to earth, Twyla almost always has a serious tone, but she is also very sarcastic and is the one in the group most likely to drop dry or dark humor, showing she too is playful in a strange, stoic way. She is extremely selfless and kind, to the point where one of her regular days involves undoing her father's doings of giving sleeping children nightmares by feeding on the negative energy projected by these, removing the nightmares from their dreams. So, Twyla will help children most in need to top it off, such as kids in foster homes. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. In her 13 Wishes diary, Twyla refers to herself as bad and terrible. It's unclear what brought her to this conclusion, as they don't appear to be solely caused by immediate events. Despite being shy, she can sometimes be friendly if she wants to be, such as towards Helene or greeting Cleo and being kind to her when believing her to be a new girl. Um, so yeah, that's like about her personality, character personality. Um, Let me see her style, her killer style. My friends tell me that I have a shadowy figure, or maybe it's that I am a shadowy figure. Yeah, or maybe it's just that I am a shadowy figure. Anyway, I do love dark blues and deep purples, especially when they blend together like smoke on the water. Freaky flaw, I'm painfully shy and I spend most of my time sleeping, hiding under beds, so it's hard to make new friends. Oh well, it's just a day in the life of a boogie monster. Her favorite activity is I love capturing normie nightmares, so only the things that make sweet dreams get through. How can you disagree? That's not a good thing. So, hmm, so she's a boogeyman, but like she's basically like a dream catcher because that's what dream catchers do. You hang a dream catcher over your bed, and um, the web part of the dream catcher, if you've seen one, captures evil dreams in the web, so only the nice dreams come through. Hmm, that's very interesting. So she's basically like a walking dream catcher. That's cute. Her biggest pet peeve is when other monsters don't understand why I would want to help normies, and normies don't understand. I'm not there to scare them. It's really hard to build dreams on suspicious minds. Oh, and vacuum cleaners. Her favorite school subject is psychology because the things I learn in class really help me to make it through the night. Her least favorite school subject is speech. Standing up in front of a bunch of monsters is really hard for me, but if I don't speak, how will any monster know what I'm saying? Her favorite color is blurple. It's blue mixed with purple. It's a lot different than per blue. Okay, whatever you say. Her favorite foods are nightmares, of course. So that's what she eats. She eats nightmares. Um, so yes, Twyla has light purple, blue skin with gray hands and lower arms, gray colored patterns invoking shadows, swirl up from her ankles to the middle of her lower legs. Her long hair is pastel green with blue and purple stripes, which reaches her hips, and her eyes are purple pink yet glow green in the dark. Her clothes are picked as to show her off as a little lady, as she wears a loose three-quarter dark blue sleeve shirt with a black spider print. The shirt has a medium-sized black bow in the middle. A small layered skirt covers some of her legs. Her boots are navy blue with heels that look like robots. Her fashion colors are pastel green, dark blue, and black. The themes incorporated in her killer style are dust, locks and keys, smoke, shadows, bugs, and dream catchers. See? Yep, I knew it. So yeah, so I went off of that and I made her these outfits. Um, so yeah, a lot of purples, some grays, blues, blacks, and I keep the pastel green and purple streaks in her hair. Um, so yeah, I try to stick close to that, but put my own twist on things. Literally after I made this character though, I found a Monster High um, content creator called Mooney on Nature on Patreon. And she basically makes Monster High characters and clothes. Like she makes revamped Monster High CC. So yeah, tell her I sent you. Now that I found her, I might change up some of their outfits because, yeah. But as for now, all these outfits in this video are from my own mind. Um, so yeah, hope you enjoyed. Um, okay, so here are the formal outfits. So yeah, I'm giving all my characters outfits for every category just so I won't risk seeing them walking down the street with some crazy outfit on. So, and I love dressing my characters. I'm obsessed. Um, I'm a CAS simmer. Definitely, definitely, definitely. But I also love like a really good challenge and gameplay. So yeah. Um, Let me see. So Twyla's father is the boogeyman. Little is known about their relationship other than it's similar to a regular father-daughter relationship, however. It is implied that she does have a strained relationship with him, as she is very displeased by his nightmare-inducing traditions and therefore settles to undo them. It's unknown how her father feels about it or if he even knows. They don't mention her mother at all. Twyla's best friends are Helene Wolf and Spectra von der Geist. Helene was the first student at Monster High who caught her off guard because Twyla thought she was invisible in the shadows. But as a werewolf, Helene could smell her presence. Twyla chose not to flee that time and befriended her. So, since then, the two have been the closest of friends and are almost inseparable. Twyla has also grown closer to the other wolf children through Helene, even though the wolves are the complete opposite of Twyla in terms of spotlight needs. Twyla feels welcome among them. She's close to Gigi Grant, a genie who she helped with her issues regarding her rebellious shadow, the Genie Grant, and who has always been there for her. Gigi is a great friend of Helene, who brought the two together. In fact, Twyla's shyness means that most of her relationships are induced by her best friend. However, Twyla has worked hard to make her own friendships and has become quite tight with some of the students at Monster High, like Invisibility, who shares her interest in power to turn invisible, being co-founders of the Disappearing Club, or Caddy Noir, who is also part of the Disappearing Club. She also has a sweet friendship with Rochelle Goyle. Her friendship with Spectra von der Geist has so far only been brought up in this profile and is not explained. An estimated basis for their friendship is that since they are both reclusive, if for differing reasons, Twyla finds a kindred spirit in Spectra because she's a ghost. And I kind of get the two kind of mixed up because they kind of look alike. They're both ghostly. They both have like purple hair, purples in their hair. They wear dark colors. So yeah. Her most recent friendship is handed to Issy Dawn Dancer, an exchange student from Boo Hexico. The two met in Boo Hexico when the latter failed a shadow jumping exercise of long distance. The two quickly became friends as Twyla helps Issy out with her mysterious dreams. The two were drawn back together when Issy traveled to study at New Salem, and since then the two have been really close, though not as close to her as Helene. Issy is definitely one of Twyla's best friends. The two love each other's company and share deep relationships with the psychic world, with one being a dream collector and the other being a monster with visions and premonitions. So yeah, I love Issy Dawn Dancer because she's basically a Native American character. Um, she has visions and premonitions, but I don't really see her as a monster though. I think Monster High kind of just threw her in for like inclusivity, which I guess is okay. But like, yeah, Issy Dawn Dancer is like a deer if you've seen the show, and I was like, okay, this is cute, but I'm confused. But yeah, but I love it. Any Native American character is good with me, as long as they're not like stereotypical. Um, so yeah, again, Twyla has a dust bunny named Dustin for a pet. He was blown her way by the wind one day, so she rescued and kept him. Due to his vulnerability to air currents, Dustin doesn't go outside often and always eagerly welcomes Twyla home when she comes back from school. He does not get along with What's-It, as Dustin got What's-It's crate dirty. I'm guessing What's-It's another dust bunny. Twyla has the same taste in boys as Helene, but isn't interested in anyone at the moment. As far as her abilities as a boogeyman, Twyla owns all the abilities of her fellow boogie monsters, mostly related to shadows. Uh, shadow bending. Twyla can morph within the shadows, invisible to everyone. She can also teleport within the shadows, though it requires at least two different shadows, fading through one and reappearing through another. She has glowing eyes. Twyla eyes glow in the dark, allowing her to see in the dark. Shadow perception, though this ability has not been perfected, Twyla can feel anomalies in the shadows, such as disturbances and an absence of shadows or intruders. And she has interdimensional access. Twyla is highly capable of traveling to the dimension of the dream pastures, home of the frightmares. Um, so yeah, that's her. Well, this is her Gen 1 bio. If you didn't know, or as you do know, if you do, Monster High has like 3 generations. Generation 1 is the most popular one, of course. Gen 2 is so-so. And Gen 3, everybody's just like freaking out over it. As far as what I've seen, I just started watching the show with my nieces, so um, yeah, like I just started watching the show like this year. And that's what gave me the idea of putting them in game because they um, they interact with Ever After High characters, and the Ever After High characters are descendants of Disney characters and fairy tale characters before the descendants arrived. Um, so yeah, that's why I'm including these in the game. I'm gonna have them interact with some of my Disney characters. Um, so yeah. Um, a quote from Twyla Boogeyman: "When you spend your unlife living in the shadows, you get used to seeing things that are missed and missing things that are seen." So basically, yeah, that's her Gen 1 bio. With each generation, they change the character up, sometimes like drastically. And I think that's why everybody likes Gen 1 and no one likes Gen 3. 'Cause yeah, like the characters differ from each other. Um, like Gen 1, um, Twyla is 14, but in Gen 2, she's 16. In Gen 1, Twyla's birthday is October 1st, making her a Libra. But in Gen 2, her birthday's May 29th, which makes her a Gemini. Um, so those are like the small differences between Gen 1 and Gen 2. Oh, and then she also doesn't have a pet in Gen 2. So like the dust bunny thing like does not exist. Um, so yeah. Um, Let me see. As far as like the character, she's still basically the same. She spends most of her life hiding in the shadows. But she hides in the shadows more because I guess she doesn't care. But then, she wanted to live out new things and make new friends. And then she met Frankie, and she helped her to be more cheerful and happier at Monster High. Um, She likes to do everything herself, eat lunch, read, and more. Yet she is loyal, kind, and always ready to do the right thing. Fair and down to earth, Twyla is almost always about serious talking, but is also very sarcastic and is the one in the group to be most likely to drop dry or dark humor since she too is playful in a strange and stoic way. So, yeah, just like small differences. Um, but yeah. And then as far as Gen 3, especially with the illustrations in the TV series, they look different. Um, but in Gen 3, Twyla is actually autistic. Um, so yeah, they added that to her. Um, she's still a boogie monster, but her age is 15 or 16, so they kind of aged her down a year. They put her birthday back to October 1st. They put her back to being a Libra. She, her pronouns still. In Gen 3, they add her to the board game club, and she's also a drama club member. So I guess that doesn't make her as shy, maybe. I don't know. Um, she is still quiet and introverted character who prefers to stay in the shadows where she is most comfortable. She has a creepy reputation because she's a boogie monster, but Twyla is anything but. She's sweet, gentle, kind, thoughtful, and observant. She's very knowledgeable, enjoys reading, and is always excited to learn something new. In classes with Frankie, she consistently stays in the back row and was one of the smartest students Frankie knew. Um, Let me see, her best boos or her best friends um, in Gen 3 are Deuce, Draculaura, and Claudine. Twyla is autistic. They added that in Gen 3. Um, and part of her condition includes sensory sensitivity. She's easily startled by loud noises and often wears noise canceling headphones. Without them, she gets overwhelmed and turns into a shadow, making her the happiest in the quiet library. Everyone at Monster High is aware of this. Twyla also stims and uses a sensory bracelet to help manage big emotions. Um, so yeah, her bracelet is a beaded bracelet that she twirls when she's feeling anxious. She also experiences discomfort with physical touch. She also mentions having a list of her abilities implies she likes things in proper order. So yeah, like the Gen 3 character is a little more fleshed out, a little more inclusive as far as the autism. Um, Before the Boo Crew's creep over party at the library, Twyla preferred to stay in the shadows away from other students. However, her newfound friendships with Draculaura, Claudine, and frankly helped her come out of her shell. Twyla was afraid of growing up, fearing it meant becoming a different person and giving up what she loves. However, with the support of her friends and Mr. Mothmanson, Twyla realized that she doesn't have to change who she is and that she can still be herself and choose who she wants to be as she grows up. Um, yeah, so her favorite after ghoul activities reading. Her favorite book is Intro to Talismans. Her favorite food um, in Gen 3, instead of nightmares, they are petrified pastry strudels and dream cheese puffs. In my backpack, you'll always find noise canceling headphones. She likes reading history books and hiding in the shadows. Her most embarrassing moment is when I accidentally tore a hole in the fabric of the dream world, allowing a night terror inside Monster High with access to any monster's dreams. Her monsters, her monster must-haves are her bunny ear cup and her Intro to Talismans book. Her proudest moment is reading more than 1,000 books. Um, Let me see. Yeah. Um, so yeah, her Gen 3 style is still the same, but I don't know. I feel like all the Gen 3 characters kind of look the same. Um, they just put different colors and hair colors and clothes on them, but they all have like the same like animation, I guess. Um, so yeah. Um, they didn't go they didn't go too far away. They still gave her the pastel green hair with purple streaks. Um, and they still give her like they give her more green and purple and black vibes in Gen 3 as far as like dressing. Um, and her abilities in Gen 3, she can read with her eyes closed, so she can basically read while sleeping. She can dream walk. So Twyla can enter dreams by going into the dream world. She can affect the dream or nightmare the person is having. Um, Let me see. She can affect the dreams by encouraging words, which might make the nightmare stop. Um, Shadow walking. Twyla can morph within the shadows. Manipulation. Twyla can create shadows and manipulate them via shadow puppetry. She could form the shadows into any shape, basic or complicated, and anyone can see these shadows. Um, she can also uh, do reality manifestation. Dreams manifested in the dream world can be manifested into the real world. Um, Her weaknesses, she has a weakness, her Gen 3 character does. No light. Twyla's shadow related powers rely on light. Without it, there are no shadows to manipulate. Um, so yeah. As far as romance in Gen 3, one of her close friends is Manny, like the Manitor. He actually has a crush on her, and she returns those feelings in the Due State episode. Um, um, that's her Gen 3 bio. Um, so yeah, the um, I'm not really more partial to any generation because like I'm not like a diehard fan or anything like that. I do like that they made um, her autistic in Gen 3. Um, but I like the illustration more than the actual TV series, like animation drawing of her. Because again, I feel like everybody looks the same. Um, they just have like different colored hair, different color clothes, different style clothes, things like that. Um, but yeah, but to each their own. Um, so yeah. Um, but the way I styled Twyla Boogeyman, I basically just went off of the Gen 1. I may add, I guess, headphones and stuff like that later on. Yeah, so shout out to Peachy Senpai on Patreon and YouTube. I dressed all the girls in the house um, except for Rebecca and Twyla. Um, and then I found her and I was like, oh my gosh, more CC. So, yeah, shout out to her. Some of her ideas and outfits you will see in this video and in more videos to come. Make sure to check out my previous Monster High videos. where I dress and introduce you to Cleo Denial, Frankie Stein, Draculaura, Laguna Blue, Julia Yelps, and Venus McFlytrap. They're all in my first Monster High house. In Forgotten Hollow, they live in a nice little house called the Monster Mashion. So anyway, yeah, so check out those videos as well as my Disney challenges. I made Ariel's whole family, and I have a Disney challenge with Snow White where she has 7 sons that are the dwarfs. So yeah, and I hope and through gameplay that these Disney characters will interact with the Monster High characters, and but you just have to watch and see to see that. So yeah. Um, Also let me know if you like this video. Um, Check me out on Instagram. Join my Instagram broadcast channel where I do polls and keep you updated on my Disney challenge and all of my Sim YouTube videos. Since I don't have a Discord, I use Instagram. It's easier for me. Um, so yeah, I'm also on Tumblr. Check me out there. That's, I post on my blog, and I also have been posting my Sims 4 videos and links there, as well as, following and seeing other content creators. Because of Tumblr and Patreon and YouTube, my CC folder is now at 17,000 items. So you can imagine how long it takes my game to start. Um, so yeah. So yep, here are all of the outfits. I have all of Twyla's outfits here. We've learned a lot about her, and I dressed her in every outfit from everyday to winter. So I hope you all enjoyed. I guess let me know what outfit is your favorite, what category is your favorite. If you watched the previous Monster High videos, let me know which videos you like more. If you like the sped up version, I'll keep doing that. If you like the way I was doing it, which was not sped up, then let me know and I'll go back to that. I think that's easier, but that's because I'm more used to it. But yeah, here are all of Twyla's outfits. And oh, and I love giving traits to my Sims. Um, so as far as traits go, let me see here. I gave, since she likes psychology, um, that stood out to me in the bio. So I decided to give her like the inner peace aspiration, which means a spa membership. Let me see, as far as her other traits, she is childish. Since she's a teenager, she's socially awkward. And also from her bio, I decided to choose shy. Sims with a shy trait have a difficult time, opening up. Um, and with this mod, I can give her 4 traits as a teen. And so, the 4th trait I'm going to give her is, it also said she was a loner. So yeah. So I gave her the loner trait as well. I love adding traits to my Sims, like my Sims are traded up. So I'll add more in game. But as far as CAS goes, these are my 4 traits for her. Um, yeah, and that's basically it. So yeah, this is Twyla Boogeyman. Let me know if you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. Um, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.